The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Well,
yes,
we will show you the 10-day in a second.
Yeah, you're right.
It is so nice. We're going to enjoy the next 5 days before that rain comes back. And
Yeah.
what a stunning shot to start off our
not
Friday.
too bad, huh?
Not at all.
State Capitol and all of its glory.
Tell the
Big
people
River.
what you saw just a little bit ago.
Actually, it was gorgeous. Yeah, some geese and geese. Who cares? But it's so cool just to see them flying in action. And this is such
In the shot.
We're kind of
Yeah.
zoomed in. This is our tower camera, right?
Yes.
We're kind of zoomed in here, and so it's a much closer field, a wider than you would think. And they stayed in the frame for such a long time.
That's cool.
And they were just kind of flying around. And I swear, one of them looked back and was like, "Hello."
That's a magical omen,
It is.
I think, on
magic,
Friday.
Magic geese. But here's the thing. They're out enjoying it. They're like, dude, this is fantastic weather.
Right.
Who organized this?
Dr. Steve.
There you go.
I mean, when you look at this 10-day forecast, why wouldn't you fly, turn around, and say hello?
What's up?
It's got you feeling confident. I
It
mean, we've
really
got
does.
lows starting out in the 50s. I tell you what, soak up every minute of it before that high of 60 or the low of 67 creeps back in for next week.
You know, and here's the thing, though. I mean, even yes, the warm up will come back. But look at the low, 67. So not mid-70s,
No.
right?
True.
And you look at the rain, 30% on Wednesday. That's the high percent chance of rain for 10 days.
Right.
And that's after we've been, all growing gills for months.
Good way to put it.
So, you know what? Enjoy the cool temperatures right now, but even the warm to come ain't going to be so bad, and we get to dry out a little bit, even with the chance of rain. We'll take every bit of it.
Yes, we will. Before we get to the weekend, let's fill you in on what's happening now.
Yeah.
Literally right now, Food Bank is hosting 2 food giveaways. One actually kicked off at 8 a.m. First come, first served there in Iberville Parish. It's at the Carl F. Grant Civic Center, but there's another one happening in about 30 minutes for our friends in St. James Parish.
Yeah, it's going to be at the Shekinah Glory Christian Fellowship Church. That is North Line Street, for those who know, there in St. James. And it really has been impressive. We've talked a lot about it. It has been ridiculously impressive from the Food Bank. Seemingly every day since Ida, pretty much almost like the day after, as they were able to stand up and get going, they have put their mobile distribution sites in play and in place all over the area. And it's just nonstop.
And the reason why we're kind of keep fueling these efforts is because the need is there. That's why they feed people every day. No mistake about that. But when we talk about Hurricane Ida victims, there's even a greater need. So that's why we're seeing the mobile distribution specifically for Hurricane Ida victims. And to keep that effort ongoing, we're still collecting donations. Lots of easy ways to get involved with Lift Up Louisiana. I know the big day where we made a big show and pony about it was yesterday, but you can still donate. You can drop off food items to any Rouse's or Essential Federal Credit Union location in our viewing area.
It was great to see yesterday when the whole kind of crew from AFB was out there at the Rouse's, the one at Burbank and Lee that we were telling you about, and to see everybody show up, smiles. And some brought canned goods ready to go. Some purchased the pre-packaged $10 bags ready to go. I love the fact I keep telling this story. We had one woman show up on her way to a doctor's appointment herself.
She made time to come by.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And drop off. She had already pre-packaged her own stuff. She's like, here, I got to run, but here. The heart and soul of South Louisiana, I tell you.
We see that time and time again, and it's so beautiful to
really
see.
is.
So that's what fuels us as we continue these recovery efforts. Food Bank will always need those donations. So think about that this weekend.
Please.
It's an easy way to get involved.
There are so many stories out there of folks impacted by this, and when you look at those, there's a couple ways you can go about your life when you see stories like that. You can kind of just be like, oh man, I feel bad for them. Or you can be, I feel bad for them, I'm going to get involved. And I tell you, this story here, Liz, incredible.
So let's back us up to when, right before Hurricane Ida hit. Our Chris Rosado and photographer Rick Porche were in Houma. That's where they were kind of stationed to ride out the storm and to give us some coverage from that area. Well, they met Mr. Frank Marshall, and you can't forget the soundbite that he talked about. He said, I've lost everything, but family is important. Family is the most important thing, and that's all that matters. Well, this woman saw our story, and she put it on Facebook. That elicited a domino effect of chain response for the good that he saw yesterday. So Chris and Rick went back to Houma, went back to Mr. Marshall and said, look, we're coming back with this woman and her husband, and they've got some good for you.
The good is the donations made to him. I mean, from cash to Visa cards, that kind of thing. And here's the thing, and we'll get into something else that she helped with him in a minute. But we played that soundbite this morning, and in Chris's story, if you haven't seen it last night, please jump online. It is
it's
absolutely worth the watch. When he was told about the $500, a few of them, the Visa cards, the first thing he says is, that's good for anybody, I can give that out?
Yeah. That's Louisiana.
You get emotional thinking about it. You're like, this man he's lost almost everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to make sure my neighbors are good to go because that's my family too.
Right.
And we've seen such destruction. And she's like, yeah. They
You
can
do
work for
whatever you
anybody.
want with it.
That's all for you.
Yeah.
And then she's like, you know what? By the way, I'm going to help you with FEMA registration. I'm going to get
Yeah.
you going there. And then she put a temporary roof over his head as well.
He is staying at a furnished apartment in the meantime until he's able to get back up on his feet
Incredible.
again. Good people doing good, and this is where we see humanity come alive, the best of humanity, and it's so beautiful to see this chain reaction because you know Mr. Frank is going to do more good with the help that he's received from her. So
you know it is going to
Yeah.
be that whole hand-it-on thing, the
Yeah.
philosophy. I mean, he was ready to do it even before
Yeah.
he got it handed to him, right? He was already thinking about how to help others, but he needed some help as well, and South Louisiana delivered, as it typically does. But just, again, encourage you, if you haven't seen it yet and you need, it's a tough story because you know the reality, right?
Yeah.
But it'll make you feel good about the human spirit.
Yes.
And all the good people out there.
totally worth every minute
really
of it.
is.
Yeah.
Speaking of good spirits
Yes.
and getting out in there and doing things for the cause, there's a number of things going on this weekend. You can always find what's going on in the WAFB community section under the calendar, and that's where we got you right now.
You can put in your own event.
right.
If your family is hosting a walk or a run for, let's say, a certain cause, like Ryan's Run.
That's right.
Ryan's Run is happening tomorrow. So is a Hope Walk in honor of Alzheimer's. And so when you talk about all of these different things, tomorrow's the 25th.
Right.
You look up the day and you see what activities happening. You can see people have already put in their activities happening that day. But it's all month long, every month. So
Right.
you can put in your event months ahead of time,
It
too.
really is a great opportunity. Ryan's Run is going to be 8 a.m. tomorrow. They're at Galvez Plaza. You can
Yes.
still register online, or you can jump out there at 6:30 tomorrow morning before the run and register. It's a run walk if you're interested. The Hope Walk for Huntington's disease, like she was talking about, is
Huntington's,
no, it's very similar to ALS
Yeah.
and Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. It's brain disease. And that gets going at 9 o'clock. They're going to move over at Highland Park,
Yes.
the Grand Pavilion
The
there.
pavilion right there.
It's huge. And so there are a couple great causes, but man, you talk about some great weather
Yes.
to get out and just be around your fellow Louisianians and do the walk and do the run and
For such a
appreciate
great
each other
cause. Yeah.
for the cause.
That's it. So if you would like to participate, you can head on out there, or you can add your own event happening
Yeah.
this weekend in this glorious weather. You know what else we're expecting in this glorious weather? Maybe a little bit east of us.
Yeah, so we've got LSU and Southern traveling into the Magnolia State. Now,
Yes.
for LSU, obviously, they're opening up SEC play at Mississippi State. They've been dealing with a bit of an injury bug. Big time potential loss right here. We'll see how long for maybe this game, but Derek Stingley Jr.
Yeah.
looking not so optimistic for the Mississippi State game.
Lots of hope riding on him. Pressure,
Always,
too.
right?
When you talk about the LSU team and the great success you hope that the team comes of this year, and when you saw that headline come in through your
Yeah.
phone, that story that came through our 9News app, yeah, it makes you wonder how tomorrow's going to play out.
That's when you talk about what happened last year, and everybody gets it. This is a different year,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of the same kind of personnel. We'll see. That air raid attack from Mississippi State put more than 600 yards of passing on this secondary last year.
Yeah.
So, and then when you lose somebody, and Sting was there, when you lose somebody like Sting, and potentially, again, questionable, we'll see. What does that do for the rest of the secondary when you know it's going to be that air raid again?
Yeah.
Again, we're going to have to find out. They've already been bitten by the bug. We've lost some big names. This is more than a bug.
Right.
This is a big, gigantic,
Right.
I don't even know what, but it's 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Oh,
yeah.
early,
so
too.
early start time, so you're probably going to be tailgating and doing all the
Yeah.
things early. As for Southern, we're waiting
right.
until Sunday to watch the Jags play, and they're going to Itabena to play Mississippi Valley State.
Well, actually, both from Itabena, they're both going to Jackson.
Oh, are
But-
they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
They're
I'm
actually
sorry.
taking the ride, but you're exactly right. Mississippi Valley State from Little Itabena. But yeah, they're both hitting the road to Jackson for this one. Bigger stadium. and just putting
Makes
a lot of
sense.
folks. It is a 2 o'clock kickoff Sunday.
I believe so, because Saints play at noon.
Noon on
Yes.
Sunday
So you
up
got
in New
lots of
England.
football Sunday.
Man, that's a lot of games
Yeah.
going on. So, LSU, so you got the purple and gold, the blue and gold, the black and gold, all this weekend.
Yes.
At some point. Be nice for a clean sweep
Oh, wouldn't it?
in the win column, in the win column. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, we
of
will.
course, our 9 Sports team will be all over that. But we just hope you are able to enjoy this really nice weekend.
Yeah.
A break from all of the craziness that has been Ida, that has been COVID. So if you need any resources, WAFB.com is kind of going to be your go-to throughout the weekend as we navigate this beautiful world of weather.
Just walk out and enjoy it. Obviously, right here, 9:15, 9 News Now on WAFB Plus. Just kind of a way we try to give you the quick headlines as you're moving around. Trying
If I can get the locations, the places right.
Well,
yes. We want to make sure you're going to the right place if you want to
where
get
the heck
there.
are you going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are
We're
we now?
on the landing page of WAFB Plus.
There it is.
Yes.
So all the places, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, YouTube's as well, just trying to make it convenient.
Yeah, trying. Trying.
But I think what the headline for a lot of folks is this. It is the now and the decent days, the decent days. You know what? After the last number of months, this is
Hard to
more
keep
than decent.
track,
This
yes.
is great. We'll take it.
This is the payoff.
We'll take
the
it.
payoff.
Even the mid-80s.
Oh, it's glorious. Because at nighttime when the sun starts going down,
That's right.
the breeze is
Exactly.
flowing, it puts you in a great mood.
When was the last time you saw a sunset in midweek? Because, I mean, we got to get
Oh
up
my
early.
gosh.
It's been a minute?
It has been a long minute.
Well-
I felt like the sun was setting at 8 o'clock, but
Well, now it'll
It's
start to
beyond
get
me now.
shorter, and
Yeah.
so we actually may be able to see a sunset
fingers
midweek
crossed.
and still
that'd
get
be
up and come to
nice.
work and
Yeah.
be here early.
Well,
Dark 30.
that we can't change, but we
That's
can
true.
at least catch a sunset.
There you go.
Yes.
Y'all enjoy the sunsets and the sunrises here in South Louisiana. We'll see you again.
Have a good weekend.